this live. I hope you're having a beautiful start to your week, and we're talking all about creating a great start to your week, regardless of what may be going on in your midst. So here we are, midway through the day, Eastern time. I decided to take this live outside because it's so beautiful, and I'm getting every opportunity I can to be barefoot on the grass, to be out here enjoying this beautiful weather. Hello, thank you for joining us. And when we're talking about our big dreams and our goals, often we can think about those things in a perfect scenario, right? Ooh, wouldn't it be so great if as I approach this goal, I could do this thing, and then that will lead to this thing, and that will lead to this thing. And sometimes we don't factor in, because we're in dream mode, we're in vision mode, we don't factor in the things that could go wrong. And, having an understanding that those things may happen, some unforeseen circumstances may come our way, is really, really important. But we don't want to really be thinking that way when we're in envisioning mode. Once we've spent some time really thinking about what our dream is, the dream life, the dream business, the dream relationship, that we need to just be steeping in that thing that we really, really desire. And then once we have that vision clarified, at least to a point, then it comes time to take the actions in order to bring it to fruition. And in order to do that, hello, so good to see you. In order to do that, our next step is to actually maybe get it on paper and say, okay, what are the actions that I need to take in order to get to that vision? What do I need to be putting on my calendar? Who do I need to be contacting? What kind of, presentations do I need to be getting in on? What kind of events? What kind of conversations? What kind of actual actions myself creatively do I need to be taking? So we can get granular about those details. And then when we know those things, we get to actually put them onto a calendar. And something so beautiful happens when we start scheduling out those things that we are meant to be doing to get us to our end goal, right? Have you ever found that you have this idea for something you want to do? For instance, getting together with a friend that you haven't seen in a while. And you say, oh, we should get together. Yeah, we should really get together. Wouldn't it be great if we got together? And then months go by, or maybe years, and you never actually get together. Imagine how different it looks when you're actually on a phone with somebody or in person conversation with somebody. And you say, great, let's get together. Let's get it on the calendar right now. I've gotten into the habit of doing that with specific people in my life that I just want to make sure that we stay in close contact. I have some business besties that we have a weekly check-in. Some people on Voxer where we know, hey, we're going to be checking in throughout the week, because sometimes it can be hard to get everybody exactly on a calendar. But because we have this anticipation and it's something that we look forward to, and it's in our mind, especially when it's on the calendar, we actually do those things. So when you take the big vision, take it granular into the action steps to get you there, and then you put on the calendar the most high priority things first, your dream starts to take shape as you actually show up for your dream. Because have you noticed that the dreams that you have, they may be like a divine download that has been dropped into you on a walk, like how often happens with me. I might be in my meditation and prayer time, and I just get this thought or this idea, and I'm like, oh, this is so cool. This is something that is meant for you. And often, especially, hey there, welcome. No tulips in this live today, and no ocean, no lake views behind me today. It's a wall. So grateful everyone's here. And so what happens is when we then look at our goals and we have these downloads coming, no one else is holding us accountable to those dreams, right? It is up to us to take those steps to actually bring them to fruition. Now, do we need to go it alone? No, we don't need to go it alone. And that's why beautiful coaches and group programs and, business besties and mentors, that's why all of these people exist in your life. However, it is up to you to get it down on paper, to schedule a time to maybe have the phone call with a mentor or a coach to help you flesh out your vision. But it's never going to happen unless you schedule it. And when it's scheduled and when you have it there, you have a framework to actually take steps forward. Just to give you some context on like how my Monday has gone so far, I had a whole list of things and still continue. There's more things on the calendar for the rest of the day. And it's exciting. And I look the day ahead to say, hey, what's happening? Oh, I'm meeting with this person and that person. And then the time comes to have the call. And then I hear some really tragic news has happened for one person. Everybody's okay, but like they need to move through some things. They need to take a step back. Hey, I'm here to support that. That opened up time for me to dig in and make some other contacts with other people. And then other meetings, I see some people are out sick all of a sudden. Some people had something happen, a flood in their house. So everything gets kind of chaotically impacted. And this is a Monday and it's a start to a week. So how do we not get pulled into all of that chaos that's maybe not even ours? Well, we have our granular list of next steps that we want to take to move our big vision forward. And when we have it written down, when we have those things scheduled, we can then adjust our schedule accordingly. We can pivot and shift with those things that may pivot and shift that we have no control over. And so I wanted to talk about this today specifically because it has kind of been the flavor of my day, the start of my week. But I'm still smiling because I'm able to show up because I scheduled the time to do the things and I looked ahead on the calendar. And now, interestingly, I have some open space to work on some things that I wasn't anticipating I'd have time to do until tomorrow. And so I'm able to shift things. But this all happened because of planning. And sometimes when we think about our dreams, the things that are only up to us to put into action, they very easily get put to the side. They get put off for other things that we may feel like are more important, or because somebody else has an expectation of us showing up somewhere, and we will give that person or that group all of our attention and energy. But then when it comes time to work on that thing that is really, we know it's just tapping on our shoulder. It's been there for years, that thing that we've been wanting to do, but it's only up to us to move the boulder up the hill. We will put that aside because other things will come up for other people. So when you have scheduled it, when you have committed to it fully, you'll start to show up for your personal commitments with so much more energy and grace on yourself. And then the people in your midst start to see you showing up for yourself, doing the thing. And then magically, it'll feel like, oh, out of the blue, you've created this incredible thing, this incredible experience or product or opportunity. And people think, wow, you're amazing. How did you do that? And how you did it was you got the divine download, you got granular on the details, and you scheduled it and you showed up for yourself every single day to some amount, to any amount that you were capable of doing. And if you've ever done yoga or any kind of slow exercise, even just regular stretching, of course, in the physical realm, we are instructed to move and stretch in a way that move to the point where it still feels good. And if it starts to not feel good, don't go past that point, right? And so you're kind of easing into it, but the more you do it, the more you do the stretch, the more you do downward dog, the more you do child's pose, the more you do warrior two in yoga, the lower you can get. Your legs can go lower, you can stretch further, you can touch the underside of your feet, like whatever the case is. These are yoga analogies, because you've done little incremental movements over time. And it starts to feel effortless, and it starts to look effortless. And it's the same thing when it comes to your business. It's the same thing that comes to all of the details that come into play when you're building something. Everyone around you will think, how on earth are you doing all this? You must be so awesome at all of these things, and life is so easy for you. And wow, I could never do that. Actually, you are amazing, yes. But the most amazing thing is, you allowed yourself the freedom to be consistent and to take that action that is the most meaningful to move you forward into your big, bold vision for your life. So my message for you today, take some time, if you can, get on the grass or on the beach or under a tree and think about and allow in, what is the vision? What is the next step of the vision for you that only is going to be downloaded to you? Get granular, get it on the calendar, and then just do do the thing that is set out for you to do. I am cheering you on. If you haven't already, go download the latest episode of the Connect with Sheila Botelho podcast. I go into some other details about some different things going on in there, but it's the Monday Mini-Sode and it's my kickoff to the week. So go check it out, share it with a friend, and I appreciate you. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful start and rest of your week. Take care.